now we got my man Smoke joining us, the senpai himself. Got the
Yeah.
senpai in the building. We got an interesting topic, and I had to bring Smoke in. Smoke's my boy for a while now, but he's kind of one of the originators who like put me on the anime. I never really used to watch anime. We would just be on Xbox together, and then one night I can't forget it. Smoke, it was you, Mel,
Vaj.
Moody. No, I don't think Vaj was there. Vaj didn't. It was you, Mel, and Moody. You guys were talking about Naruto. I'm like, what the hell are you guys talking about? Man? It's like you don't watch Naruto. I'm like, nah. So I got off the game. It was like 5 a.m. I turned on Netflix. I saw Naruto. I'm like, I'm gonna watch this on the low, see what they talking about. And then I watched it, and I was hooked. I was hooked. But that's a quick introduction to Smoke. But I have an interesting topic that I want to pitch out to you guys. Lately, recency bias, Jujutsu Kaisen. People have been talking about how broken Sukuna is. So it just led me to think, across anime, who are some other villains that you guys can think of that are just broken? Abilities or just overall, like this character is just broken. But I want to keep it in the villain sphere. I'm gonna give Smoke. I'm gonna give you a little bit to think about it. I'm gonna toss it to Mo first and see what you
Go
think, Mo.
ahead. Go ahead.
All right. For me, I think, in my honest opinion, I think this is like a no-brainer for me, but and I'll try to keep it within the verse that most viewers or most anime watchers have seen this anime and can kind of understand where I'm coming from. I'm gonna go with Yuhabak.
Oh,
Right? I'm gonna go with Yuhabak. But
That's a good one.
I do have
Go
another
ahead.
person in mind, but I'm gonna go with Yuhabak. I just think that one is like all-seeing, all-knowing. He's beyond broken.
And see the future and change it.
And change it, and it's and we thought Aizen was broke, but the fact that Aizen couldn't even compete, and I would say his ability actually allowed an opening for Yuhabak's defeat, but just the fact that you have Aizen and Ichigo kind of, and a little bit of plot writing, right, plot armor involved in order to beat Yuhabak, because outside of that, there was just no way. I think the way Sukuna's being treated right now, that's how the writers of Bleach should have treated Yuhabak based off his ability. So that's my pick.
That's a good one. Smoke, go ahead. Smoke, that's a good one.
Mine's, I don't know. I'm gonna go with somebody that like don't really get talked about, that was kind of nerfed by plot, but like was really OP when you come to think about it. Obito.
Okay.
Obito. I'm gonna say because plot held his, not his scheme back, but a lot of the things that he was able to do back. Because when you really think about it, he was doing things that was like unfathomable. They was talking about Shisui's genjutsu with the Kodo Matsukami was able to rewrite people's whole beings and stuff. Obito's base genjutsu did that with the fourth Mizukage and turned that whole village into the Blood Mist village, and that's his base genjutsu. Like, so we get to talking about abilities. He was crazy.
You ain't even mentioned the one that I'm thinking about.
Yeah, and I don't even want to get into that one because man, when we get to talking about abilities, he was spamming. And when I talk about spamming the fuck out of that Kamui.
Yeah.
And he ain't have no EMS. So, like, his abilities were just crazy.
Yeah. And allegedly, he had the stash of all the eyes, right? And that they allegedly he was well, we know he had the stash. Allegedly, he was swapping the eyes, which is why he didn't go blind. But if he wasn't doing that, it just adds to the broken abilities of like, why is he not going blind? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Those are two good characters, and I'm not gonna lie, Mo kind of stole my thunder because I know last week he thought he knew where I was going, but I was thinking about the Yuabak and the Almighty, but he also mentioned my person who I'm going. I'm actually going with Sosuke Aizen, and the reason the reason I'm gonna go with Aizen is just because I feel like how do you pronounce it? Kiego Sugetsu. Aizen's Shikai, right? Not even his Bankai, his Shikai, right? So his Bankai would be the ultimate. We've never seen this dude. Think about this. This is like the main villain up until before where we're at now. We've never even seen him use what everyone has to do to go all out. You know what I'm saying? Just his Shikai has just been treacherous for everyone. And I just think just the way it works, you know what I mean? You have to like touch his Zanpakuto to get out of it. So it's like by the time you see Aizen, like people think Itachi is crazy. Like by the time you look at Itachi under, like yo, Aizen had you under. We don't even know how long. This guy is the master of planning before Kenjaku came on the scene, right? Aizen has been planning everything. So I just think Kyogo Suigetsu, and I'm gonna keep butchering the pronunciation, but I just feel like it's so broken. And as you mentioned, a character like Yhwach, his whole existence is broken, right? Just look at the fight with Ichibei. Like Ichibei, another broken character, right? He can, he can write names and he can, just instantly weaken your arm. Now your arm is half strength, right? He can control black. Was no match for the Almighty, right? But Aizen was able to, like you said, he led to the opening that was able to eventually stop, Yhwach just throwing off his perception. Because I think that's the only way to interrupt the Almighty is perception. And just to show you how broken Aizen was, when Aizen was in the chair still, Yhwach goes to visit him, tries to recruit him. And just that saved a bit of the verse because Aizen was able to throw off his perception there and his time, and then he kind of burnt out his power, and he was just like Aizen, you know what I'm saying? So just his ability over perception, and it's like, bro, like you think you got something, and you're like, wait a minute. And I personally think, this is a huge argument where Yhwach actually, when Aizen revealed, like, oh, you think you've been fighting, Ichigo this whole time? So this has been
that was fire.
So this has been a big argument that because he hit Aizen and Aizen fused with his Zanpakuto is why he was able to do that. But I think Aizen is just so broken that he stunts on you. He just wants you to know that I had you this whole time. So I think that's why he shows you that I've had you under this the entire time. So I know I went on for a lot, but I'm gonna say Aizen. Mo, I'm gonna toss it back to you just in case you want to refute anything or what do you take from our two opinions?
No, I think those are some good. I just think Bleach just be having characters with the most broken abilities, like even Grimmy, the person that was under Yhwach, his team, whatever he imagines comes to life, right? That was ridiculous. The fact that even Zaraki, the fact that even Zaraki's Kenpachi could even compete with that was definitely ridiculous in and of itself, but. I think Bleach definitely has probably the most broken characters in general. But we're talking about different verses. I think you guys definitely point out some good points. I do think people sleep on Obito for sure. People 100% because Madara kind of over clouds, his use in the story. And then you got so many great characters in just the whole Naruto Shippuden arc as well. But I don't really have that's really it.
Nah, that Obito is a good one because like Kamui, right, and its ability to tamper with like space and
time,
right? A big topic on the internet right now. Everyone's talking about what can get past infinity. Do you guys think Kamui is something that could bypass infinity?
Absolutely. If he got destroyed by the world cutting slash, I would assume Kamui can definitely bypass infinity because it's like converting space, right? So
I think so.
I would think so. What you think, Senpai?
I think so. I would think so because the only reason that they even found out what Kamui was because Kakashi had the other eye.
Right.
He was throwing the kunai. Once he threw the kunai and he Kamui the kunai, and then they seen that it slashed the mask, that's when they were like, okay, something's up. But that was the only time they ever figured anything out about it. Other than that, they were just thinking that they were phasing through him. Like he was not there, like he was a hologram or something.
Yeah.
So I think so. I think maybe he could. I don't know. I would think so.
Yeah, that Kamui is just such a crazy ability, and just to think he didn't have both the eyes, right? Because we all know like DMS Kakashi just seemed like something else. It was like, wait a minute, hold on. And I feel like they kind of knew that too. That's why, even though I don't personally watch Boruto, but in Boruto, they like Kakashi has to go back to like no Sharingan because they like DMS with both of those eyes was just insane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think Obito, a natural user of the Sharingan, if he had both of his eyes, it's just like, how could the heroes have really stood a chance? Just from a technical standpoint, obviously there's going to be plot armor and writing boost, right? But when you just look at it with the ability of those eyes, Kamui is a really crazy ability, you know what I'm saying? And I could see that tampering with a lot of people, even across verses, right?
Yeah. What would you say out of the three that we've named, though? if they all three were in a room, just in a 3-man battle royale, who do you think comes out alive?
I'll go first, and I'll say I just think the writing of Bleach is kind of like right now we're just playing, and I'm just like, now I can do this, and you're like, no, now I can do that, and I'm like, well, guess what? Now I can do this. You know what I'm saying? Like just the writing of it is kind of on such a wild scale that I would have to lean with you, Arbok, because it's just like, okay, anything I've seen can't impact me, and I have the Almighty to see the future and change the future. It's just like such a ridiculous ability that I would have to give it. I would have to give it to him, because I just think that that's just too ridiculous. It's just too ridiculous. I have to go with you, Arbok.
What you think, Senpai?
I would say so too, even though I ain't seen Bleach. The only thing I would see maybe countering that is if Obito were to pull out one of them bullshit as forbidden jutsus where he make his eye go blind. The one that Itachi rewrote Kabuto shit.
Was that Izanami or
yeah, the one where he gets stuck in the endless loop? He would have to do. I don't know, because if dude's seeing the future, he can even see that coming. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know.
You know what's crazy? I don't know. I think maybe Aizen. I'm gonna tell you. I feel like it depends. I feel like it depends on if Aizen wants to team up with Obito to take down Yhwach and knowing that he can beat Obito, right?
Okay.
And I think because in my honest opinion, I think Sasuke and Aizen has a higher IQ than Yhwach, but that's just speculation on my end. And if he was able to work together with Ichigo, knowing we got to beat this greater evil, I don't see why he wouldn't do the same in this scenario, right? If they was to go in a battle royale, right? Try to figure things out, you know? So, I mean, I don't know though, but Yhwach probably is a safe answer, but I'm probably going to go with Sasuke Aizen.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a curve at you guys. Give me an honorable mention right now. Go ahead, bro. An honor that wasn't. Yeah, give me an honorable mention.
All right, I'm gonna go with Miriam from Hunter x Hunter.
Gosh, bro, why are you in my mind today, man?
That's what you go to.
God,
honestly,
so
it was between Miriam and Grimmy.
Okay,
honestly. Okay. It's between those two. But now that I think about it, I'm gonna stick to my first initial answer. I'm gonna go with Grimmy because of his just imaginative abilities. I just feel like you can imagine anything at any given point in time. Now it just comes down to the user. If you can imagine just someone just dying and they just die, that's crazy. That is like unheard of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's probably like definitely on close to Yhwach's ability, even Sasuke Aizen's. I think that's probably my second honorable mention for sure.
Okay. You got one, Smoke?
Not right at the second. You go.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, kind of threw me for a loop because I was thinking Miriam because he's just like born as like the perfect being, right? And he just continues to get stronger and stronger and adapt to everything. But the only thing he wasn't able to do is
shorty at the game
in Gunji, right? He just couldn't figure out, and that's the only reason he was so interested in her. Like, how can I not master this? Like, I'm perfection. You know what I'm saying? How can I not master this?
Nah, because, she was really like that though.
Yeah, because like even Isaac Netero came and seemed like he washed them, right? But that was it. Like it was like similar to Yamamoto. Like you kind of use your best shot, you're kind of like burned out now. But guess what? I'm coming back. You know what I'm saying? But it happened to be the poison that took him out. But just embodying perfection and just being able to do that I think is kind of crazy. So I'm gonna go with Miriam because I don't have another one off the top right now. But I thought I had y'all. I'm like, all right, y'all ain't gonna see this coming.
Nah, you know what? I'm all knowing.
Almighty.
Muzan, Mr. Michael Jackson himself.
Muzan Kibutsuji.
That boy is kind of nasty when you get to thinking about it, because when you even think about the scaling of the upper moons compared to Hashira, and even the upper moons compared to themselves from 3 to 2 and 2 to 1, those are big leaps. And then from one to Muzan is an insane leap. Like he's really different.
Yeah, just how he can empower all of them and give this person more power, and just the way he be moving. Yeah. Yeah, now Muzan's a pretty good one. I definitely want to hear what people got in the comment section. Who do they think is the most broken villain in anime? Particularly, what ability is it that you think makes this person so broken? Would love to hear it in the comment section. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.